When innovation and governance come together on the management agenda, the leadership question quickly falls to how to set boundaries and design controls that will govern the actual business itself, whilst also enabling innovation to take the company into new territory so to differentiate it. And this was the question that we put to Business Leaders Forum in Sydney this week to a diverse group of executives from a diverse range of industries. And from that conversation, there were three main takeaways. And that, first of all, was that the best of practice came from those companies and organisations that had a clear view of the future outcomes that they were driving for, but also about the future design of the organisation required to deliver that, and that attachment to purpose, and that the deeper that went into the organisation, the more successful they were at having the right controls at the right time in order to achieve that future. And we were mindful also of David Ogilvy's quote that creativity best exists when you give people the freedom of a well-defined brief. So that was the first point. The second point is simply no one size fits all. Mechanistic approaches don't work, and that a dynamic is needed to suit both the maturity of the business and the competency of the people involved in driving the business. And then thirdly, towards achieving the long-term aims of the business, that the controls towards those long-term objectives was really set through experimentation, and that people experimented with controls, monitored the progress of how well they were working, and then were flexible, and so that they built the evidence base of what worked and what didn't for their context. And they built that evidence base as they go. They didn't wait for evidence to be accrued in other businesses and then seek to apply someone else's best practice. So it left with the question for most people then as to, are you waiting or are you experimenting and designing your own future through your own design of your own controls? Good question.